Hello, I am Matthew Sue, our 2020 National Honor Society President. Dr. Roberts, Mr. Fuller, Mrs. Schreier, members of the faculty, parents, and students, welcome to the 2020 NHS Induction Ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members, we hope that this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you too are charged with maintaining as a member of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. To begin our ceremony, Dr. Roberts and Mr. Fuller would like to welcome you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for having me. It's certainly an honor to be invited to this event. It's clear to me that you have a rich tradition of academic excellence, and being inducted into the National Honor Society today is certainly an honor that you will carry throughout your academic pursuits and for the rest of your lives. By the way, you all look so amazing. It is clear that you also took a lot of time to prepare, get done up, so that's a great thing. It's always good to see you all. I want to welcome you based on the fact that in my experiences, I know that becoming an inductee into the National Honor Society requires you to be exemplary in those 4 requirements of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. And it is clear that you all have displayed each of those, which is why you now have this honor of being here today. So congratulations and best of luck in the rest of your pursuits.
Thank you, Dr. Robertson. Good evening, Trojan Nation. It is my honor to be here with you tonight. Inductees, tonight is the first of many, I'm sure, well-deserved honors for you in your lives. During your time in high school, you have all shown what it means to be a McDowell Trojan. Your dedication to the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society, which you will hear more about soon, including scholarship, leadership, service, and character, have been acknowledged by your induction tonight. I would like to personally congratulate you and thank you for all you have done for McDowell. 88 of you are being inducted tonight into a very special group, the Ruth B. Zeisloff chapter of the McDowell National Honor Society. You are joining 70 returning members to form a group of the best and brightest at McDowell. This honor is something that you and your family should be very proud of, and one that I hope you don't take lightly. Now, the challenge you face is to maintain the high standards set for you so you all graduate with this honor. I have no doubt that you will meet and exceed this challenge. You have already met the challenge of earning this honor during a pandemic, which no one before you has ever had to do. If you continue to show the grit, determination, resiliency, and perseverance you have all shown the past 8 months in your future, I am beyond excited to see what you all achieve in the future. Thank you again and best of luck to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts and Mr. Fuller. It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the Ruth B. Zeisloff chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. Members of the chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. We will begin with our Vice President, Matthew Lee, regarding scholarship.
People always imagine developing scholarship as an individual process. They believe that people who strive to strengthen their academics always study independently. However, this is not the case, for many strong scholars work together. Working with others allows for you to learn how to approach problems differently. By listening and sharing ideas, this allows for many ideas to come into perspective that I could not have come up with by myself. For example, when I took AP Chemistry last year, I initially liked working by myself. Why? Because I thought the way that I solved problems was best. But as the course moved on, when I struggled, I started to look to my peers. And when I began to do so, I truly started to learn, succeed, and eventually pass the AP exam. Looking back, Mr. Tobes was right, so definitely listen to him. So the next time you have a hard time understanding a concept, look to your friends and peers. It will help more than you think. Learn together, understand together, and succeed together.
I am charged to speak to you regarding leadership. One of the important aspects as an NHS member is your ability to be a good leader. But what defines good leadership? Here's a little story. There are a group of soldiers who got lost in the Alps. They were hungry and disoriented. They argued about which way to go, but in the fading light, every direction looked the same. The soldiers had no chance of surviving the night in the freezing temperatures. But suddenly, one of them found a map sewn into the lining of his kit bag. He plotted a route and marched them briskly back to base. Later, as they were resting, the soldier who found the map looked closer at it. It was actually the Pyrenees, another mountain range that was hundreds of miles away. Leadership entails vision. Otherwise, where are you leading people towards? You must work well with others and communicate that direction effectively, especially in solidarity. And finally, you must know where you want to go, even if you might not know how to get there. Next, Sebastian Zoll, our secretary, will share his words on service.
When we think of service, our imaginations are limited. Large mission trips to third world countries and picking up bags and bags of trash. No doubt, these efforts are appreciated and certainly hugely helpful, but service should not be confined to only grandiose acts. Especially during COVID restrictions and the resultant fewer opportunities to volunteer, we must find service in simpler and smaller means, which are no less important. Applying to colleges, I've realized that service does not have to be huge or particularly inspiring. Everyday acts of service are in and of themselves sufficient. In fact, the smaller things prove that we truly care about our community. Whether that be encouraging a friend to apply to a school that they feel they have no shot in, or providing a person to vent to, we must continue to maintain our sense of solidarity, one person and one small impact at a time.
Lastly, our treasurer, Seyoung Kim, would like to talk to you about character.
If you Google how to build character, one of the first sites that comes up is from the Art of Manliness. It's a shame the website wasn't called The Art of Being Human instead, because having character isn't something optional nor strictly masculine. Character is an essential part that transcends past our looks and our intellect. Character is putting away our selfish desires in favor of helping others and doing what's best for all, whether it's owning our own actions, being humble, or simply being kind. The journey of building character will be confusing and difficult. You'll ask yourself, why should I have to do this? Sometimes there's just no direct reward. We don't build good character for ourselves, but for the betterment of society as a whole. Life isn't a free-for-all, and we shouldn't have to make it one. Life's a challenge you face in solidarity with your classmates, family, and every person you meet along the way. In an interconnected world of relationships and bonds, good character has never been more important.
At this time, will the new inductees please unmute your mics? It might get a little hectic, but that should be fine. So, yeah. Sweet, I think we got most of them. All right. So please stand up, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge.
Guys, I literally pulled it up. I can't my pants.
So please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge to uphold
I pledge to uphold
the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
to which I have been selected.
to which I have been selected.
I will be true to the principles for which it stands,
I will
be true to the principles for which it stands,
and will maintain and encourage
and will maintain
the high standards
the high standards
of scholarship leadership, service, and character.
Of scholarship, leadership, service, and character.
Thank you. You may be seated. That worked out well. To end our ceremony, I would like to read a brief message from Mrs. Ruth Zeisloff, the namesake of our chapter. Mrs. Zeisloff writes, I send my sincere greetings and congratulations to all of you, current members and newly inducted members. You are part of the most highly recognized, respected, and long-standing honor society organization in our country. With this honor, you are expected to uphold its highest standards of scholarship, character, leadership, and service in McDowell and in the community. You will proudly wear your pin for all to know that you have been chosen to represent the best of the best among high school students. If you keep this year's theme, solidarity, in mind as you go through your daily activities, study your lessons, and prepare to attend college, you will be successful in all you do, and I will be proud of you. Finally, I'd like to thank our advisor, Mrs. Schreier, and the members of the induction ceremony committee, Mr. Fuller and Mrs. McCaglia, for their hard work in organizing this year's induction ceremony. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause. Thank you all for attending our NHS induction ceremony. In the coming week, please look for the email to receive your tokens of membership and sign the official chapter register.